So in this video, I wanted to review some of the accessibility tools that are available in Kami. In addition to all the different annotation tools and the comment tools that we have already gone over, there are tools in here to help students who may have some special needs. So there is an immersive reader that is built in, there is a dictionary that is built in, you can leave comments with text to a voice to text feature. So if a student has difficulty typing or writing, they can do it that way. For students with visual impairments, there is a zoom option as well as a mode where you can change the background color. So I'm going to highlight a few of those in an example that I have here. So I have saved in my OneDrive. I'm not going to go this route because I have worked on this recently, and down here is where all my recent files show up. So I'm going to click on this article from News ELA, and I brought this into Kami. And I brought this into Kami because it does have text on here that can be read. So I'm going to go over to this Read Aloud function. And you can see here there's a number of different tools, and when you rest your cursor on them, it'll tell you exactly what it is. But essentially, to get started, all you need to do is click on the document where you want Kami to start reading. So if I click here,
recalls story of black women who helped.
You can see it highlights the sentence as it's reading it, and it also highlights the individual word in a different color as it's reading it. If there's portions that you want it to skip, you can come down and just click wherever you want, and that's where it's going to start to read.
In 2011.
If you want to change the voice on this, this is available to you as well as the student. So right now it is on a male voice English. You have a couple of other options here in English. There are a number of languages that are in here as well. You'll find Spanish, Italian, French, a number of different languages. Just a reminder, though, that the document has to be in that language in order to use one of these voices. It doesn't translate it for you, so it has to be translated when it's brought into Kami. And then this last option here is the speed. By default, it's on, I think, a pretty good speed, but if the students need to slow it down or make it faster, they can do that here as well. Also built in here is a dictionary. So if I were to click on any word in here and it's in the Kami dictionary, it will give me a definition. And it works for pretty much all the words in here just by clicking on it. So that's a very good, helpful tool for students as well. The other thing that's available, if you're making this an assignment where you want the students to respond to this article, their opinion, their thought, or whatever the case may be, under this comment feature over here, you'll see here, it already started recording, you'll see here there is a text comment feature. Text comment, what that does is it will convert your spoken words into text as long as you are enunciating and speaking clearly. So if we click on this and then I decide where I want my text comment to appear, let's say I want it to appear next to this paragraph, I can click on that, and what will happen is it will start to record. So I'm just going to click this again here, and we click on the voice typing. Hello, I am testing the voice to text element in Kami. And the text is editable, so if there was a mistake in here, I can edit it or I can trash it altogether. Apparently it doesn't recognize its own name, but it could have been the way I pronounced it. For the most part, it's pretty good at translating it, as long as, again, the speaker's enunciating and speaking clearly enough. So that's another feature that can be helpful to students. For those students who might have some visual impairments, this up here at the top will allow the students to zoom in. So if they need to see the screen larger and need to see the text larger, they can zoom in pretty close if they need to. And one of the final features that's also available for students is something called dark mode. And this just changes the background a little bit. So if the white background is too intense, it's not going to change the original document, but it will change the rest of the background of Kami if it finds that white to be too bright for the students. The last thing I want to show you, and this is just a tip, this document that I brought in, it was a PDF, so, and the way it was formatted, I didn't have to do anything to make Kami read this, but sometimes there are documents where there's like text that's kind of embedded with an image or something like that, and it's not formatted. So if you try to use the read aloud feature and it doesn't work, one of the really nice features of Kami is that it has built in what we call OCR, and what that does is it will convert the document so that you can have this document available for students so that it can be read back to them. So you will see up here when you click on this menu over here, it says text recognition. So when you do text recognition, what it will do is it will convert all of the text that it sees that it can possibly convert so that it can be read. And again, you test out your document first, see if it will read aloud automatically, and if it doesn't, you have that feature available to you in this menu over here, text recognition, and it will just scan it for you, and you'll be ready to go, and the document will allow you to use the read aloud feature. So just a little quick tip of something that's embedded in Kami that you can use for some of your assignments. Hope this was helpful, and enjoy using all of the different accessibility tools with your students.